This happened to me about 5 months ago. I live alone in a 2-bedroom rental house on the edge of a quiet neighborhood in Washington State. I've got a golden retriever named Daisy. She's 5 years old, super chill, rarely barks, and is the kind of dog that sleeps through thunderstorms. That's why it immediately stood out when, one night around 2:15 a.m., Daisy started growling. Not barking, growling. Low, guttural, like something primal had switched on inside her. I was asleep at the time. Her growl woke me up. It took me a second to register what I was hearing. The room was pitch dark, but Daisy was standing at the bedroom door, ears pinned back, staring down the hallway. I whispered her name. She didn't even flinch, just kept staring. It creeped me out, but I figured maybe she heard a raccoon or something outside. I grabbed a flashlight and followed her as she slowly padded down the hallway. Each step she took, she hesitated. The living room was dark, curtains pulled open, and the only light was from a street lamp just outside. That's when I saw it. Daisy had walked up to the large front window. She was now barking, loud, angry. Her body was tense, her fur was bristling, and she was fixated on something outside. I looked. There was nothing, just the empty street. The trees were still. No wind, no movement, nothing. But Daisy didn't stop. She was barking at something, and the hairs on my arms were standing straight up, even though I couldn't see it. I turned on the porch light. Still nothing. And then I noticed something strange. The window, which was on the inside, had a faint smear on it, almost like a greasy handprint, but not quite. It was higher than where I could reach. I didn't sleep after that. The next morning, I chalked it up to a bad dream. Maybe a stray cat. Maybe Daisy just sensed something and overreacted. That night, I made sure every window was locked. I even put up a small motion sensor light on the porch. And again, like clockwork, around 2:15 a.m., Daisy started growling. This time, I didn't get up right away. I waited, watching her from bed as she slowly moved to the hallway and disappeared toward the living room. Then came a loud bang, like something slammed the glass from the outside. Daisy let out a high-pitched yelp. I ran. When I got to the living room, Daisy was cowering behind the couch. The porch light was flickering, something it had never done before. And the front window? This time, there wasn't just a smear. There were 5 long drag marks down the glass, as if something with claws had run its hand slowly down it. I called the cops. They checked the property. Nothing, no footprints, no signs of forced entry, nothing on the street cameras. They told me it was probably a prank, but I don't think it was, because when I reviewed my own doorbell cam footage, there was a glitch. From exactly 2:13 a.m. to 2:17 a.m., the footage was nothing but static, and when it resumed, Daisy was already behind the couch, shaking. The day after that second incident, something in the house felt off. You know how you can just tell when someone's standing behind you? That buzzing tension in the back of your neck? That's how it felt, constantly, like I was being watched even when the house was empty and the curtains were shut. I started keeping Daisy with me at all times. She refused to go into the living room after dark. She'd just stand at the hallway entrance, tail tucked, growling, always toward the window. That night, I set up my phone on a tripod across from the front window, hit record, and went to bed. I just wanted proof I wasn't imagining things. I woke up at 2:17 a.m. I didn't know why at first. I was groggy, confused, but then I realized, Daisy wasn't in my room. She had left. I panicked and grabbed my phone. I had left the hallway lights on low. I rushed into the living room. Daisy was standing completely still in front of the window, not barking, not moving, just staring straight out. I called her name softly. No reaction. Her ears weren't up. Her tail wasn't wagging. She looked hollow, I didn't want to scare her, so I slowly walked over and crouched beside her. And that's when I noticed what she was staring at. There was a man standing across the street, completely still. I say man only because it was man-shaped, but its arms were too long, its legs too straight. Its head was tilted sharply to one side, like it couldn't hold its weight properly. It was tall, almost unnaturally tall, and just standing beneath the street lamp. But here's what really messed me up. There was no shadow. The lamp was shining directly down, but the thing cast nothing. I reached for my phone to record it, but as soon as I did, the screen went black. The battery was full. The app was open, but the screen was dead. Then Daisy barked, just once, loud, sharp. The figure snapped its head up. Its neck cracked as it moved, jerking like a puppet. Then it took one step toward the house, and the porch light exploded. I didn't wait. I grabbed Daisy, slammed the curtains shut, locked the door, and turned on every light in the house. We didn't sleep that night. I checked my phone in the morning. The footage from the night before glitched out. Just flickers of static and distorted images. Except for one frame, just one. It was from 2:16 a.m., the window, and a face pressed against the glass. But here's the thing. The face wasn't on the outside. It was looking out. After that, I stopped trying to explain anything logically. I didn't care if it was a spirit, a glitch in reality, or something out of a nightmare. I just wanted out. But even as I packed my bags the next day, Daisy refused to leave the living room. She'd sit by the hallway and whine, occasionally barking at nothing. I had to physically carry her out to the car. I stayed with my sister for 2 weeks. I told her my house had a break-in. I didn't want her thinking I'd lost it. Daisy started to calm down. She slept again, ate normally, no more growling, no more midnight fits. For a while, I thought we were okay. Then, on the 10th night at my sister's place, I got an alert on my phone. Motion detected at front window. It was from the camera I had left running in my living room. I'd forgotten to turn it off. Out of curiosity, I opened the live feed. There was no sound, just movement. Flickering. The couch shifted slightly. A shadow moved across the wall, but there was nothing to cast it. And then from the far left side of the frame, from just outside the window's edge, something began to slide into view. At first it looked like a hand, pale, thin. The fingers were too long, then half a face, bent, mouth open too wide, and then it stopped. It didn't walk into frame. It just appeared, piece by piece, like it was watching me through the camera. Then the feed cut to black. The alert read, reflection error. I turned off my phone, unplugged the camera remotely, and told my sister I was going to sell the house. I haven't been back since. But here's the part that keeps me up at night. Last week, Daisy started growling again. At 2:15 a.m., this time, at my sister's window. And when I looked out, there was nothing, just the dark street. But when I looked at the glass, my reflection blinked. I didn't.